But the reason I always want to write a book is because the number one question I get is, what happened to you? And it happens every day. I have to answer that question all the time to little children, and they're so funny, the little children. And they're giving me all the stuff that's not in the book, by the way. Little children. The other day, I was just picked my daughter up, she's in grade 2 now, and picked her up from school, and one of her classmates was, "Is that your dad?" She's like, "Yeah," and he's like so excited to see me, this little kid, and he's like, "Was he in a volcano?" And I tend not to lie to children. I like to tell the truth, but this time I did, like, yeah, I was in a volcano. I'm a volcano explorer. I just thought that was cool. But it happens all the time, and you don't need to verbally ask what happened to you. That's exactly what I got with Naomi when she was looking at me. It's like, what happened to that guy when she's staring at me? It's what people want to know. So the whole reason I wrote a book is so now I can say, instead of telling them, well, I was in a fire, as a chemical fire at work, and doing it over and over for the rest of my life, now I just have to say, buy the book. But it is the book, and I really got to say, I am so pleased with this. One thing in my journey, when I was burnt, it broke me down to such a shell of who I really was. And it left me in a position that I needed so many other people in my life to get better and to rebuild my life and to find happiness and regain my independence and get through all the anxiety and the fear and the depression and all that stuff. And it just seems like everything I needed was given to me at the exact right time, from being in the burn unit in Alberta at the University Hospital, and there's a new technology that came out that's in the book about this skin, and I'll only tell you guys this because you'll read about it, but it's this pale skin on my arm here, and it covers about 45% of my body, which is 50% of my burns. And the medical staff, the physiotherapist, Linda, you'll meet in here, she's an awesome lady. She's one of my greatest friends, and I don't think I would be standing here without her because I'd still be in a wheelchair. Meeting Naomi, if I didn't meet Naomi, I still probably would be standing here with a book. It just wouldn't be a book I'd recommend any of you buy. And developing my speaking career, that's meeting the director of the Glenrose. She and another lady called me in to help me out right at the very beginning before I had any engagements to work through all these little bugs. It just seems that the world was so giving for a guy who was so needing at that time. And that's the whole reason the book exists. To say this is what happened to me. I was severely burnt. But when you are in there, and you're reading the graphic stuff, because I do remember going through the fire and I'm not supposed to, just know I wouldn't change a thing. And that's the way I like to look. When people look at me, they see a burn survivor. But when I look at myself, I just see a guy who's married with 2 children, happy to be alive.